A lot of people have been talking about Karun Nair this season, and mainly because it's been a huge redemption arc for him. He's probably been the star of domestic cricket this season, but first let us track his rise and subsequent fall. Nair has always been a talented cricketer, excelling for his home team Karnataka, and had always been on national selection radar from a young age. But having Pujara, Kohli, Rahane and even Rohit Sharma ahead of you, especially in their pomp, always makes it tough. Finally though, he did get his chance in 2016, where he was selected for the Test vs England, with Rahane getting injured. This was after a breakthrough season in 2013 for him Ranji Trophy with 300s, where his state won the tournament, and then he followed that up next season with 709 runs at 47. This included a triple hundred in the final. He did have to battle through some trying circumstances after almost losing his life on a religious pilgrimage in 2015 after his call up to the ODI side. However, once he made it into the Test arena, he took like a duck to water. He made a fantastic 300 in his first match versus England, and it looked like India had found a technically competent lower order batsman to go along with the other Indian talents. When you look at his game, there isn't anything that looks massively wrong. He's got a simple technique where he gets forward and back to the ball, and against spin, he utilises an array of sweeps, so it seemed like he was destined to be a long-term option at 5 and 6 for India in test matches, who could do it in all conditions. However, after this, he had a dismal series versus Australia, and was dropped. And to be fair to him, he got a few starts, but he just couldn't take his chances. And I would argue it's one of the harsher drops in Test cricket, but it went from bad to worse, and he couldn't regain his form. And by the time 2022 came around, he couldn't even make the Karnataka side, and he eventually moved to Vidarbha, and it looked like his career was slowly coming to a close. However, in 2023, he managed to get a few games for Northamptonshire in the county championship and performed well, and he was invited back next summer in 2024 after not getting an IPL contract, and there he excelled. He made some great scores, including a mammoth 202 not out. From there we get to 2025. Here he had one of the most outrageous list day runs of all time, with over 500 runs without being dismissed, and he led his team to the final of the domestic ODI tournament, where they were pipped to the post against his old team. Alongside this, his side reached the Ranji Trophy final, beating a very strong Mumbai team in the semis, and he scored a 50 in that match. And then in the final to win it, he made an excellent 100 just to top off an unbelievable season for him. Alongside this, he's got an IPL contract, and his career seems to be heading in the right direction. Now with the Tour of England coming up and Indian batters under scrutiny, given his experience in England, I can't help but feel now is the time for him to make a comeback in the whites, but only time will tell what the selectors will do, and there's certainly a lot of cricket to be played between now and then. But to have someone at 5 or 6 who can build an innings will be so valuable, especially when the team is going to go through transition over the next few years. So let me know what you think of his redemption arc, and do you think that he'll be playing for India anytime soon? Thanks for listening.